Hello everybody, today we're going to be looking at an example of a geometric sequence. And so first of all, I'm going to write down what the formula booklet gives us, which is finding the nth term of a geometric sequence and the sum of n terms in a geometric sequence. And so the problem gives us two things, the value of u4, which is the fourth term, and the value of u5, which is the fifth term. So we need to find the common ratio of the sequence in part A, which is also the value of r, right? So I feel like for sequences, it's always really good to have a visual way of looking at it. So I'm going to write down the sequence. And right now I have U4, right? And U5. And to jump from U4 to U5, I have to multiply by R at least once. So if I write down U4 times R, that should give me U5, okay? I plug it in. To leave R alone, I divide both sides by 135. They cancel out here. R equals 101.25 divided by 135, which gives us that R is 0.75. Okay, so that's part A. For part B, we need to find U1, the first term in sequence. So one way of doing it is using the first formula here. Since the formula asks for UN, we can either plug in U4 or U5. This scenario, I'm going to plug in U4. U4 equals U1 times R4 minus 1, right? Because this n is equal to this n, right? So U4 is 135. We don't know what U1 is. We do know that R is 0.75. And on the top we have 4 minus 1, right? The exponent goes to 3 because 4 minus 1. We want to leave U1 alone, so we divide both sides by 0.75 to the power 3. Cancels out. And well, if you plug this in into your graphing calculator, which you should have for this part of the test, it gives you that U1 is 320. Now finally, for part C, it asks for the sum of the first 10 terms. So we have to use this formula right here. And what this formula asks for is U1 and R, and also N, okay? So we got U1 from part B, we got R from part A, and N is going to be 10 because it asks for the first 10 terms. So if you plug in like this should give you 1,207.918, which you can round it up to 1,210. So those are all three parts of the problem. I do want to say that in almost all IB problems, like if you don't do part A first, part B is going to be very hard because they're usually complementary to each other. So that's why part C was super fast. It was just plugging and chugging because I already had the values that I needed from before. Also, in the formula booklet, there's another formula for this. But you can use either of them. Like they ask for the same values, so it's just written in a different way, maybe to confuse you or whatever. So get used to one, stick to one, and that's about it. And I recommend using the diagrams a lot. So I hope it helped out.